Been a while since we've done a podcast. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast, Rock Talk with Emily. I'm super excited for a brand new episode. It's been a minute, and I love this podcast, so can't wait to be back chatting with you guys. Today, we're going to be taking a look and doing a bit of a blind reaction to Sammy Hagar's new song, Encore, Thank You, Goodnight. This is a tribute to Eddie Van Halen, so I am very excited to take a look at this. I have not listened to it. I have not watched the video. I started listening to it in the car. It came on the radio. And I heard the beginning intro from Joe Satriani, absolutely loved it, but I thought it would be a great idea to do a podcast episode on this. So I stopped listening and I have not heard any more of it. So I've heard it's very good. I've seen some people making other reaction videos to it. So I thought it'd be wonderful for us to take a look at this together. I am a really, really big Eddie Van Halen fan, and I'm also a Sammy Hagar fan, and of course a Joe Satriani fan. So this is a really cool song. I'm definitely very excited to hear it. I'm not going to give too much of an intro here. I can't wait to get into this. So I'm going to grab my headphones and we are going to get right into it. As always, if you're new here and you like 80s guitar, 80s rock, things like that, make sure you consider subscribing to my channel, giving this video a like, and leaving a comment down below. All right, let's get right into it.
Still gets the hair in the face.
Thank you.
I don't want to break up that intro riff, but just seeing that clip of Eddie with the guitar, it's just so sad that we don't have him here anymore. And I think this is going to be a really cool video, but that's definitely just so emotional. I really just do miss him as a guitar player, and I'd love to see what he would be doing now and things like that. So I think this is going to be really good. All right before we get into the lyrics, I just want to say, wow. Joe Satriani on that intro, so cool, so Eddie, but also really Joe at the same time. So I really love that he combined Eddie's style with his own, and that guitar I always love. I actually have it somewhere around here. Great guitar. Love Joe as a player. So really, really nice intro. I think that was an awesome tribute to Eddie's tapping style. Joe did wonderful on that. think the chorus is really nice. I think it's definitely very Sammy. Love that. And I love the riff going on. I might have to do another video trying to learn that. I think it sounds really, really nice. Very Van Halen. I just love that it does sound like old school Sammy Van Halen. So I think that's an awesome direction to have taken this, just to, because they are doing a tribute to Eddie in this era of Van Halen. So I think it's awesome that they kind of stuck with that kind of sound. So let's keep going. Whoa, I was waiting for a guitar solo moment because I knew it was coming. And wow, that was honestly mind-blowing. As someone who listens to Joe Satriani a lot, that was honestly mind-blowing. And that's kind of crazy to say because I am really familiar with his music, and I obviously know he's just a wonderful, wonderful guitar player, can play anything. I've seen him live. He's just wonderful. But that was next level, honestly. Like, that's one of honestly the coolest solos I've ever heard Joe play. I again think it's very cool that it is, in the style of Eddie, but if you would have let me hear that and I would have not been looking at it, I probably would have been able to tell you it is Joe, because it does still sound like him. And there was definitely a little lick right there at the end that was like, that's straight up Joe. Like, I just love it. I love that he combined his style along with it, because there's so many people who, do tributes to Eddie or learn Eddie's stuff, and they try to get it as close to him as possible and are just, clones of Eddie. If no one's going to be just like Eddie, but you know what I mean. And that's fine. In a sense, I do that a lot as someone who plays a lot of covers, just trying to get as close to the original artist as possible. But I definitely think it's also really cool when someone is able to blend two styles and still sound like themselves. So, wow, I just really, really love that solo. That was really cool, and I'm definitely very impressed with it.
Thank you.
Wow, that was a lot in 6 minutes, honestly. Just so much to even talk about. Of course, as a guitar player, my focus on the listening was on Joe's playing, but I just like to say as a whole, I thought the whole song was really cool. Of course, Sammy is an awesome singer, amazing frontman, and I love that. Anthony in there was great. I also just really loved the entire look of the music video. I thought the set was really cool. I thought Joe looked really cool in the video. He is just awesome. Like I've said it before, I keep saying it in this video, but Joe just looks cool when he's playing, especially in this video with that red guitar with the red fretboard and those sunglasses. Just awesome. And I just really thoroughly enjoyed all the variations of that tapping lick that he incorporated throughout the entire song. I also thought that the whammy bar usage was very tasteful. Sometimes like Joe and Steve really aggressively use the whammy bar, which I personally am a fan of, but I think he used it well in the song and didn't overdo it, kind of just used it as Eddie might have. So I thought that was really cool. I thought the tones he was getting, with that sustainiac and then, using the whammy bar and the tapping, I thought all of those little like pinch harmonics and squeals and dive bombs and all of that just came together so well. Wow, just really, really, really cool. I'm definitely going to be going back and listening to that solo a couple more times because I'm still kind of speechless from it. I thought overall the video was a really, really nice tribute to Eddie. I don't know the full story behind Sammy writing this song. I heard a little bit, but one thing I would have liked is if they would have included a little bit more like clips of Eddie or past like performances, throughout the video. Like I said, I liked the set of the video and I liked seeing them perform, but I would have liked to see maybe some more clips here and there, just to see Eddie more in the video. But I thought the beginning was really, really neat where they had that, image of him walking with the striped guitar on his back. I just thought that was a super cool image. Something I didn't get to say because I never made a concert vlog from when I saw Sammy Hagar last summer, but it was something that I definitely wanted to put out there, was that during the concert, no one on the stage ever acknowledged Eddie Van Halen. And I was a little bit like, we're out here playing all the songs that Eddie, wrote and played on, and Van Halen is here because of Eddie. Sammy got to join Van Halen because it was Eddie's band. So I was a little bit kind of like, that's a little disrespectful in my opinion that nothing was said from the stage. But this song coming out definitely is a wonderful statement, a wonderful way to remember him and kind of them paying their respects to him. So I definitely respect this song release and it definitely makes up for that a little bit, but I still really would have liked to see Sammy, say something briefly at the concert. Maybe he does nowadays, or maybe he just didn't at that concert. I personally do not know. I've only seen him one time, but just something I noticed when I did see him. And on that note, a little bit aside from this song, but when I did see them play, Joe playing the Van Halen songs was absolutely incredible. And again, it was like, you could still hear Joe Satriani in Van Halen, but it was a beautiful tribute to Eddie. It was just great. I think Joe really handled this role really well and with a lot of dignity and respect. And I really, really respect Joe for just the way he's joined this band and, his attitude about all of it. I think Joe is a really nice guy. Like I said, I met him once, not personally spoke to him, but I talked to him at a Q&A. He just seems like such a wonderful, down-to-earth, kind guy. And I've heard that from other people. So definitely love what the band is doing. Love that we're still keeping Van Halen alive. And of course, that's part of what I like to do with my channel. I am almost 20 years old. In a couple days I'll be 20, and I love this music, and there's so many people my age that do not know about it. So if I can kind of keep that going with my channel, or other people start sharing it, it's just really cool to see this still going strong, even though we don't have Eddie with us anymore, and it's very sad as a guitar player. But I definitely love to see someone like Joe picking up the torch and keeping it going. All right, so that was a really fun podcast episode. I hope you enjoyed me rambling on mostly about Joe Satriani and Eddie Van Halen for about 15 minutes, but I do hope you liked it. Lots of podcast episodes coming soon this summer. Maybe not as the weekly video, might be just some bonus videos, but I have a lot of topics, and y'all know I love to talk. So definitely have some topics that I'd love to discuss with you guys. If you have any podcast episode ideas, I'd really like you to leave them in the comments because I'd love to do some of your ideas. My podcast, I don't want it to be something where it's only guests. I'd like to have episodes where I just sit and talk to you guys. You can put it on in the car. I can chat about music, and it's just, I personally love to listen to podcasts, so hopefully you guys do as well. This will be up on my Spotify, also here on YouTube, of course, for you to listen to, or you can watch the video along with if you want to. Also, if you're looking for a platform to learn guitar online, then I recommend checking out guitartricks.com. It's an online learning platform. It's a subscription. You can sign up today for a 2-week free trial. Again, if you don't like it, you can cancel it, but I personally think it's a wonderful platform. Lots to learn from there. If you are watching this in real time on May 9th, I do believe this is when this is coming out, then in 2 weeks, I will be headed to Indianapolis to play with Bret Michaels at the Indy 500 Carb Day concert on May 23rd. Wow, that still sounds crazy to say out loud. I am beyond excited. If you are in the Indy area or a race fan and are going to be there over the weekend, totally recommend you come to the Carb Day concert. I'm going to be playing. It's going to be great. Bret puts on such a wonderful show, and it's definitely worth seeing Bret at least once. He's just so much fun on stage, so much energy. So definitely love to see you out there. It's going to be a fun time, I think. Also going to be going to Sweetwater that weekend, so I'll be filming a lot of content there. I'm actually going to find a new rig, something like a Line 6 Helix, I'm thinking, but I'm going to try some things out, hopefully come home with something cool. So lots of content planned, covers coming, of course, still working on some of those. If you have any requests, of course, you can leave that down below. The summer is just going to be full of working on lots of content, lots of new videos, and taking you guys along the way, of course, for everything that's happening. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, wonderful week, whatever time it is that you're watching this. And please remember to like, subscribe, follow the podcast, and of course, leave those comments. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!